All right, meeting. Let's see what Eddie's been up to. Drawing pretty pictures.
That's all he does all day.
That's all he does.
All right, so let me keep my voice kind of low. This is the events view. So we have 3 states. We have just viewing. Well, we have 3 states in one kind of pseudo state. We have creating an event. We have viewing an event, and viewing an event can either be I'm viewing my event or someone else is viewing viewing someone else's event. And for the sake, I think we're just viewing my event, because the only difference is there won't be an edit button, basically. And then there might be some other changes. And then editing event. So this is an event. This is the top of it. I have more. We have the title, the picture, the date, the duration, obviously location, and I'll come back once we view all of this, sort of all of them. We can do the questions and what should be shown and stuff like that. Description, tags, and then it's better with this.
Are the tags clickable?
Yes.
Okay. Yep. They look clickable.
And then if we scroll along, we also have attendees, which we'll go over. It lets you know how many, I figured how many people have confirmed out of how many total. So, 10 out of 10 people are coming. Any posts, and then share.
Do maybes as well?
What's that?
Maybes?
Maybes. Okay. Yeah, because there's going to be, and then share will give you, send to Twitter, send to my friends. Might be in the menu if you're allowed to forward this party on or whatever, something like that, or this event. So we have that. Then we have the new state. So the new state is, pretty much you click the date picker, all that kind of stuff. Some of these are going to slide over because it's going to be a more complex menu. And then, the bottom's pretty much the same, setting the privacy. And then we have the edit state. And the edit state is basically the same thing, but pre-populated. And then there's, so the rest of the edit state. Now, before we do questions, there are 2 tricky things, and they sort of affect everything. So I'll just go from the edit state, because the edit state shows stuff that exists. One, everything is straightforward. To me, everything is straightforward, but location and tags. Now, location has an option. Either I can type it in, and we thought, you slide the view over, and there may be a segment, like I don't know what we call it, but manually or find my location. So if it's manually, it shows a field you can type in it, or find my location, it'll find your location. However, that's presented. If someone chooses to find their location, what do we want to put there?
Just put the longitude and latitude.
We can do reverse geolocation.
Yeah. That's what I'm working on right now. He added it to the export
Wait. Yeah. There are no forward geolocation we can't do. Forward geolocation is get an address, pick up longitude and latitude.
I can do the reverse.
MapKit has reverse geolocation built in, so we can you choose a place. You choose a spot on the map. Oh wait, it's
we can do both. Well, we added something, so we can do both.
Well,
so
we
if we have a
can
location,
get an address from latitude and longitude,
That would be the
we
best,
can get latitude and longitude from an address. So we can show the address.
Okay.
Right.
All right. So then
unless it fails, in which case.
Now comes the tricky bit.
Then we have tags. Now, tags is going to be interesting because, we want to force the first one from a menu. So I'm just going to walk through I'm actually going to walk through 3 scenarios, and then we can kind of say which one we like, which one we don't. Actually, I'm going to let Max walk through the first one because he knows it.
All right. So since we have default categories, which is the first tag, as soon as you click, this is going to be empty, obviously. As soon as you click on the to populate the tags field, we slide to the left, and you have a list of the main categories that we provide. You're not allowed to submit if you do not at least provide one tag. There's the save button is, well, save button is disabled. So once you choose out of the list, you choose one of the predefined categories, you go back and we populate the field with this category. But it's great. It's either we haven't made up our minds yet if we actually make them look like tags, or if we make them look like text. So we explain to the user by entering text, you can add more. So what I thought would be cool, I don't know if it's doable, is we populate the first field. So let's say the first one is birthday. So in the text field, it says grayed out birthday, comma. So the user, and then a blinking cursor. So the user knows I can just put in the next one, pool party, comma. And we always separate the tags by commas. And then once you save, we actually create the bubbles.
Much like typing in multiple email addresses.
So you just
If you can do that, as in we have the other view, you click on one of the items in the list, you go back, you have the first tag, which is grayed out, comma, and then the others. The tricky part is what happens if the user goes ahead and wants to change it because he made a mistake. We could obviously say if he deletes the first one, we go back to the list of categories. But what if if he just wants to change the first one, as in he already submitted others? Like if he has birthday and pool party, but then he's like, oh, this is not a birthday, this is graduation, whatever, anything, and he wants to change the first one, we can't just make him delete everything again.
Can you have a single tag that's always at the beginning that's like add a tag, and it could be a different color?
We could do it like, now that you mention it, like mail app when you say add a recipient.
Yeah.
The
Okay,
blue thing.
that's what we'll do. That's exactly what we'll
the
do.
blue,
go ahead.
We cannot replicate the way mail up does addresses if it's what you're thinking about.
As in
Typing the text and the bubbles.
No.
We can just the text field with the bubbles and the text we write. We cannot mix them because Apple has not given us the chance to do it in abstract picture.
But there's
the
a library
possibility.
that does this.
Okay.
But we can,
Okay.
if we can.
What if we do this? Okay. So everybody open up. Does at least a phone where everybody can see, because no one's going to be able to see this.
Which app?
Okay. So if you just open up Mail, and then create a new message. Just press the plus. Okay. So you have the to field. Now you have the plus sign, but you don't have a cursor. You can't type. Okay. You hit the plus sign, and maybe a modal comes up or something.
Yeah.
That has that first list of those ones we want to force. You pick it, it goes in. To enter another tag, you have to hit the plus sign again, but then just text entry comes up.
Yeah.
Then you hit submit, it plops a new tag in. So you can't type directly in that field, but you just hit plus and then you can type.
That will fix the problem, and it's a little.
How can you delete the first tag?
How can you delete tags?
Because this is basically the same thing.
Select
I
it.
said.
Select it and
Okay.
What if the
hold
tag?
it on. So it wiggles and then...
Okay. What if
How
the
about you
tag
just
said little?
tap it and the picker comes
Had a
back?
little
At
X.
a
or
little
something.
X, at a little X button.
Okay, but then that brings us back to that. Now that solves everything, but it brings us back to the problem of the hierarchy of that first tag we're forcing. What if someone deletes that tag?
It deletes that tag.
Yeah,
Can
but
we go
delete
back
that
with
tag.
We show the view again of because we need this tag.
So
Okay.
they just
I
press
do
it and then
this-
the
Why are you
picker
so
comes up.
fascist about that tag? I mean, couldn't we just leave
Can
no
we...
tags at all?
Well, because that was like everybody decided way back there, like we want to force from a list of 20 or 30 for that first tag.
The user...
Yeah.
It's not obvious it's a hierarchy. Just
I
the way
know,
that-
Yeah.
exactly. So here is my other solution.